It's interesting, the US was founded on this concept of freedom, and democracy and choice, at a time 200 and some years ago when that was a revolutionary idea. And it feels like it's kind of lost its way, over the last, 10, 20 years. And when people ask me why we're in the blockchain space, we fought very hard for freedom of speech in 2020. We took some hits and had some big fights with big tech because we believed ultimately freedom of speech is a fundamental human right. And I believe financial freedom is a fundamental human right. And yet that right is denied to so many people in this world. And so I think if the US really wants to dominate or be competitive globally, it needs to concentrate on its USP, which is freedom. And, you can see different regimes around the world, and you can see some of them embrace surveillance and control, and that's their USP. And the US has freedom, and I really think they need to lean into that. And it feels like we're coming back to that with this new administration. But, ultimately in the long run, I think it's going to be freedom versus control. Which one do you choose? Where do you want to live? And if the US can really embrace this and do the regulation you need to do with Web3 and crypto, but still allow people this freedom, this choice that they have, choice with their bodies, choice with their money, choice with their words and their minds. If they can really export that to the world, I feel like that will be the way to achieve that dominance. Okay, the economics are important and everything else, but I hope they're listening when it comes to this, and I hope they embrace it. And I think that's why so many people are in Web3. When I first got into this market, Johnson, I was like, man, there's so much love. And it's just weird. When you go to a conference in Dubai, people don't usually walk out of a GITEX conference thinking, so much love in that room. But when you go into a crypto conference, you feel like there's love, there's passion, there's people that want freedom. They want to find community. They want people to share ideas. I went to Solana Breakpoint in Singapore, my first one. And I bumped into a guy and he said, you know what, Brian? He said, there's other chains out there that are saying no to certain memes and saying no to certain things. He said, Solana doesn't say no. This is a place where you have freedom of expression. Yeah, there's a lot of garbage out there. Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense out there, but we can do what we want to do. And I thought, wow, that's a great extension of freedom. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm really hoping, that the US embraces that and drives that. And look, other nations need to make other choices, but I think it'll ultimately play out. And I think humans kind of want that,
Well, to freedom.
Yeah, amen to freedom, right? Johnson, how do people jump into the Ambrus Studio ecosystem? How do they jump into E4C? How do they start playing now, depending on the country that they're in? What is a way they can really start engaging with you?
Yep. First of all, follow our Twitter, our Discord. That's the easiest way to get, to know more about us. Final Salvation is only available in India right now. We opened up the entire game for the rest of the world for a few months as early access. It actually achieved very good results. We had over 200K downloads over this time. So really exceeded our expectation. Things were going well, but then it is very costly. And, because we are just launching in India, right? This is the type of game that needs critical mass for your matchmaking to be good. So we shut down all the servers around the world and left only the India one on. So the game itself is only available in India. Ludus is going to be available to the entire world by end of Q1. So that's something to stay tuned on. And of course, our token, E4C, is traded on KuCoin, Gate, BingX, MEXC. And then, it is a great way if you believe in the future of what that we're trying to build. Mainstream Web3 gaming, and then take Web3 elements to solve gaming industry problems and dominate the gaming world and provide access, to provide freedom to the 3.5 billion population in the nascent emerging market, then, come join us this revolution. You can buy our token in many of these exchanges. And I think that just come along on the ride. We're going to revolutionize Web3 gaming. And we hope that you, the listener of this, watching us, can be part of it.
I love it. And, I shared with you a little internal video that we made inside London Real. just for our kind of ventures team. And it had a bunch of the highlights when you came on and talked to us. And I think at the end, it gave you, I talked about my opinion. And I said, look, folks, we got 100 companies in our portfolio. We have no exposure to anybody who's trying to build these lightweight, fun to play games for the 3.5 billion people out there that really want to play them. There's nobody in Web3 that's focusing on that. I said, this is a no-brainer to have this in your portfolio. This is a no-brainer. And especially with a guy like Johnson at the head with this huge, amazing pedigree and CV and this amazing vision, for us, it was a no-brainer. And I think people should really look into this and look into what you're doing. And like you said, you can jump in early right now with the token, and then all this stuff's going to happen this year. So it's super exciting. We are beyond pumped to be on this ride with you. And I can't wait to see how this all plays out over the next couple of years. There's no doubt in my mind you're going to be successful. And I just think it's so cool that you could be the force that onboards so many new people to Web3. Because once they get into Web3, in a weird way, they also start getting financial freedom. And they also start becoming part of this massive global community. These are the people that can run nodes from all these trade countries. There's just so much you can do. And now they're on that game with their mobile, and then there's a DPIN aspect and all these things I'm sure that you're thinking about too. So very excited. Really cool to sit down with you. Wishing you all the best. And yeah, can't wait to see what's coming.
Thank you so much, Brian. It's been a pleasure for me. This is just, as you said, a cool conversation between two cool guys. I enjoyed this so much. And I very much look forward to working together with you even more closely over the next few years. And then, let's revolutionize Web3 gaming together, and we'll change the world together.
I love it. To freedom.
To freedom.
Thanks, Johnson. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
I feel blessed. I'm so happy to be part of that amazing journey.
I'm glad I decided to pull the trigger and join.
You can literally come into this place with zero knowledge of investing and then learn how to find deals.
In the investment club, we get these offers on a daily basis. We get the next papers on our table.
Don't sit around. Don't let this play out in front of you. Jump on the London Real Ventures website.
We are interacting with amazing visionaries who are setting up those cutting-edge technologies.
This has been an interesting ride, and I cannot wait for you to be a part of the investment club. Hope to see you on the inside.
If you haven't jumped on a free masterclass, do it. The best investment you can make is in yourself.
Please join us. You're welcome and you won't regret it.